Welcome to this yoga for anxiety or anxious mood practice. So grab your mat, your furry friend or helper, and go ahead and take a seat. We'll start with some breathing exercises, pranayama, to help calm and ground us. If you feel safe enough, I invite you to close your eyes in a comfortable seated position, or you can be lying down. Wherever you are, sit tall or take up space if you're lying down. And right now, if you're feeling anxious, on edge, uneasy, I want you to take some time to focus on the feeling of your hands, maybe resting on your knees, maybe resting on the floor or your lap. Just focus on whatever gentle pressure you might feel as you inhale deeply to the count of 3, 2, 1, and exhale slowly, nice long deep breath to count of 5, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Inhale deeply to the count of 3, 2, 1. Exhale for the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to the count of 3, 2, 1. Exhale to count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Inhale to the count of 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Allow yourself to return to your natural breath. And if you feel that you can, bring your attention back to the sensation in your hands. Maybe you feel the warmth in your palms and the cold air on the rest of your hands. If you'd like, you can take Gyan Mudra, placing your palms facing up with your pointer finger and your thumb together. Think about your intention for this practice. Maybe if you're anxious, it's to feel more grounded. Maybe if you're worried, it's to let go of what you don't need. Only you know what you need, and sometimes that's hard to figure out. This practice is about taking time to listen to your body and your mind. Hone in on your intention. Repeat it in your mind, and if you don't have one, I invite you to just repeat after me. I am safe. I am worthy. I have time. We can come back to these throughout the practice. We'll go through a flow, gentle movements, holding for a nice deep breath in each asana. We'll build on the poses and then we'll slow down to unwind. So when you're ready, come to standing at the top of your mat for a mountain pose. Remember, in mountain pose, stand tall, your feet about hip distance apart, lift your chest just slightly so you can lift your chin, hands open wide. Make sure your pelvis is not scooping out or tucking in too much. Find a neutral spine, neutral pelvis. Inhale your arms up. Reach. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. That will feel nice on your back. Let your head hang heavy. Nod your head yes. Shake it no. Inhale. Halfway lift, hands to your shins or your thighs for a long spine. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees and slowly rise as you inhale, reaching your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll flow through that a few times, adding on a few poses each time. So from the top of your mat, inhale your arms up, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take another fold. Bend your knees slowly as if you're moving through water. Rise all the way up, reach. Bring your hands to heart center. We're going to add chair pose into that flow. So inhale your arms up. And as you exhale this time, sit back into chair. You can keep your feet hip distance apart or bring them to touch. Either way, engage your hips, engage your thighs, squeeze your legs together. You are strong. You are in control. Grip your toes into the mat. Deep breath in. Hands to heart center and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And fold again. So that way you can unwind all the way up. Slowly into mountain pose. Bring your arms up. Bring them to heart center. Come back to your intention or borrow mine. I am safe. I am worthy. And I have time. Inhale deeply. And open mouth, sigh it out. Seal your lips. Inhale your arms up. Slow, controlled movements, mountain pose. Exhale, sit back into chair. Engage your legs. Pull your belly button in toward your spine so you can engage your lower abs. Grip your toes into the mat. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time, if you'd like, you can place your hands on your hips as you slowly rise up. We're going to add on one more move. We're going to add a crescent lunge to this flow. So inhale your arms up. As you exhale, sit back into chair. Engage the core, engage the legs, grip the toes. You've got this. Bring your hands to heart center and slowly, with control, bring your right foot back into a lunge position. Stay here in this crescent lunge if it feels good for you. Add a block under your knee or even drop all the way down onto your knee for a little bit lighter of a lunge. If you drop all the way down into your knee and it feels good, bring your arms above your head or keep them at your chest or down by your sides. Bring your attention to the outside of your long leg behind you, your hip, the outside of your hip. For me, it's my right knee and hip. Notice that sensation, the fascia, the nerves as you lunge, no matter where you are. Bring your attention to that part of your body. And then slowly, if it helps, place your hands on the ground. Lift your left back leg back up. Bring your foot to meet the other and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Slowly unwind all the way up to mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. For the other side, inhale your arms up. Exhale, sit back into your chair. You are strong, remember? You are worthy, you are safe, you have time. Bring your hands to heart center. Slowly, with control, bring your left foot back into a lunge position. Stay upright if you did on the other side. or lower down or at your block. If it feels good, lift your arms above your head wherever you are, or keep them at your sides. Lean into your lowered leg. Notice the sensation on the outside of the hip that is reaching toward the ground. Notice the sensation along the thigh, toward the knee. Engage your legs as if you're trying to squeeze your foot and your knee together. And then place your hands on the mat with control. Lift up your back knee and bring your foot to meet the other and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do that one more time each side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sit back into chair. Slowly, with control, bring your right foot back to your preferred crescent lunge or knee lowered down. Focus on the sensation in your lower leg. Bring your hands to the mat. Slowly bring your feet back together as if you were moving through water. Fold. Exhale. Halfway lift on your inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Rise up, mountain pose for the other side. Inhale as you reach. And as you exhale, sit back into chair pose. Reach your arms up if that feels good. Take deep breaths here. You're more than halfway through. You can do this. You are strong, worthy, safe, and you have time. Bring your hands to heart center. Slowly drag your left foot back to your preferred crescent lunge. Inhale your arms up. Notice that long pulling sensation on your lowered leg as your muscle stretches, as the fascia stretch. Reach if it feels good. And as you exhale, lower your hands down, lift your back knee, bring feet together, fold, halfway lift, fold once more, and unroll all the way up to mountain pose. We're going to add just one more pose to our flow, and we'll do it one time on each side. Inhale your arms up for mountain pose. Exhale, sit back into chair. Take a deep breath. Bring your hands to heart center. It feels good for balance. Bring your right foot back into your lunge. Remain upright or lowered knee. Inhale your arms up. If it feels good, lean into your front leg a little more. And this time as you exhale for Hanumanasana, half splits, place your hands on blocks or on the mat as you lean back over your bent knee on the ground at this point and flex your front foot toward you. Mine's a much closer variation today because that's how I feel today. Not quite as much of a split as normal. Use your water bottle or your blocks to allow yourself to fold from your inguinal crease with a long spine, and then when it feels right, you can relax your upper body. Bring your attention to the sensation along the bottom of your extended leg. Make sure your knee isn't locked as you stretch that hamstring and the calf muscles. It might feel good to explore by pointing and flexing your foot, noticing the different sensation you feel at the top of your ankle versus the back of your calf. This is for you. So bring your attention to where you feel that sensation in your leg. And then with control, bend your front knee. Place your hands on the mat. Lift your back knee off the mat and bring your feet together for a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And this time, place your hands on your hips and rise from your halfway lift. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sit back into chair for the other side. Bring your hands to heart center to help with balance as you bring your left knee and ankle and foot back toward your crescent lunge. Find your lunge. Focus on the sensation in your lower leg. Breathe into it, lean into it. You have control over how much sensation you give your body today in this flow. And then when you're ready, slowly bring your hands to the mat. For Hanumanasana, grab your blocks or your water bottle. Extend your front leg for this half splits. I have to move mine a few inches. I prefer to sit up tall first so I can have a long spine before bending from my hips. Noticing the stretch in the hamstrings, along the back of the calves. And once you can't bend anymore, it might feel nice to lower your upper body down and relax your head. Do what works for you, what makes you feel safe. Take a few deep breaths here, slowly exhaling. And then when you're ready, with control, bend your front knee. Bring your weight forward. Lift your back leg and bring your feet together for your forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Bring hands to hips. Rise up into mountain pose. Reach your arms overhead. Bring your hands to heart center. And this time sit back as if you were going into chair pose. And then sit a little lower. A little lower. You can do it. All the way down until your bottom finds the mat. And then come to lie on your back, bringing your knees into your chest for a little full wind pose. You can take whatever pose feels nice for you today, whatever is comforting, maybe a happy baby. For right now, a little compression on your stomach, a little stretch in your low back. Find the pose that works for you. And I invite you to join me in some reclined twists. So with your knees above your torso, bring your arms out like a T or to cactus arms, and allow your legs to fall to one side. You can try to keep your knees above each other, or you can just let it go. Allow whatever gravity takes to take. If it feels good on your neck and your upper back, you can look toward the opposite arm and try not to get scared by your helpers. Have you ever been in the most relaxing pose ever and then your cat gets scared by a spider? Slow your breathing. Feel your breath as the movement of your breath impacts your rib cage and your low back. Notice how that feels, the slight compression on the side where your legs are twisted and the opening on the opposite side. Slow the breath. When you're ready, bring your head back to center. Use your core or your hands to bring your legs above your torso again. Shift your hips slightly to the other side as you allow your legs to fall to the opposite side, and look in the other direction of where your legs are if you did on the other side and it felt nice. Noticing now how the opposite side of your rib cage is compressed and respectively stretched, elongated. Bring your attention to any sensation you might feel near your underarms and your tricep area as your arms are outstretched. Maybe there's a subtle stretch in near your sternum and your breastbone, near your collarbones, or your upper shoulders. If you'd like to slow the rate of your breathing to feel more at ease, feel free to deepen your breath. And then bring your head back to center. Use your hands or your core to bring your legs back to center. And we're going to move into a waterfall pose. You can do this on your mat with your feet up in the air. You can find a wall and a bolster. If you'd like to use a wall and a bolster, have a seat on the bolster with your hip long against the wall so you can get nice and close. Don't worry, you're going to look goofy doing this no matter what, and you're safe here. Then rotate your body as you bring your legs up the wall and scoot your hips along the bolster. You might slide completely off like I just did, and you can use your hands to push yourself up onto the wall. You can bring your arms out long if you feel safe doing so. Poses like this with your legs or more than half of your body above your heart can feel really nice and relaxing, especially when you feel uneasy or on edge. Bring your attention to the bottoms of your feet, the back of your heel, if you have them resting against the wall. Notice any slight tingling from the rush of blood down your legs. Bring that awareness down your legs to your calves, where you got lots of stretching today. Bring the attention to your knees and the back of your knees. You might feel a little elongation there right now. Keep going with your awareness down to your thighs, the tops, where they meet the knees. Moving down your legs to your hips, where the lowest part of your sacrum meets the pillow or the floor. Bring your attention to your low back. And now your low ribs and your lower abdomen, your diaphragm. Breathe deeply and feel that movement in your diaphragm and the back of your ribs. Feel the movement of your breath on your shoulders and your chest. Take a nice deep breath and remind yourself that you're in control of your breath. Bring your attention to your shoulders, your forearms, your biceps,
Notice how it feels as your hands rest on the ground or on your stomach, wherever you feel safe. And finally, bring your awareness to the lowest part of your neck and the base of your skull, the back of your head, the top of your head, your forehead, your eyebrows, the space between your eyebrows, your cheeks, your tongue, your jaw, your throat. Relaxing everything in this path of awareness. If you're ready to come out of this legs up the wall pose, you can bend one foot and then the other. Take your time. You can roll onto one side and pause there in a fetal position. This is a pose of reset. A place to remind yourself that you're safe. You're worthy. And you have time. When you're ready, push yourself up to a seated position. Take a deep breath in through your nose and open mouth, sigh it out. Bring to mind the things you don't need, the anxieties that trouble you. Inhale deeply. Calm, peace, grounded. Exhale what you don't need. Open mouth, let it go. One more time. Inhale. What grounds you? Open mouth, let it go. What you don't need. Return to your intention or your mantra, whatever you needed to get through today's practice, whatever influenced you to use today's practice to get through today. And remember that you are safe, you are worthy, and you have time. Bring your hands slowly above your head. Maybe imagine that they're tingling as you bring them together. Feel your palms touching as that you bring them slowly down all the way to your heart space. Practice a little gratitude to yourself for taking time for you today, despite how you feel. Remember, your thoughts are not reality. You are in control. I'm grateful that you've practiced with me today. The light in the dark in me honors the light in the dark in you. Thank you.